Welcome to Friday morning Qigong. Let's get straight into our shake. And as always, just a general loosening up moment. Good little wiggle, should call it a wiggle, not a shake. And it always feels body-led, this first little bit. It's like total permission for the body to move in any way that it needs to, just to start to loosen up, shake off some of the tension and holding. Let's get a little bit more traditional Qigong shaky about it. Setting up a really good foundation through the feet. Let them be a comfortable width apart to really feel that support through the lower half of the body. Let the feet spread. Ungrip the toes. Let's really open through bubbling springs, kidney 1 point. It's behind the ball of the foot. Let's be conscious of how the weight of the body is spread across the feet. Ungrip the toes again. And let's just focus in on the knees for a moment. I love this idea of the shake being like a pump for the fluid in the joints. So it's kind of pumping and moving and warming up all the fluid in the joints. At the same time, the kneecaps are getting a nice opportunity to move and release, and they're moving without any impact. I think that's why the shaking is so good. It just brings all of this movement into the body that, you know, we get when we're running or walking, but there's just no impact. So nice little shake of the knees, insides and out. Ungrip the toes. And yeah, in behind the knees. It's pretty tricky around there. There's all these ligaments and tendons. Pretty cool. Is it called the knee pit? No, but it doesn't get a lot of attention back there. And just coming up to the hip joints. See if you can locate the actual hip joints. So often we kind of think of them being somewhere up here, but they're quite low. They're right down in here. It helps put your hands there while you shake, right? This is a massive joint. And it's the biggest bone in the body. Femur comes up. It's got this great head that comes in and yeah, creates this ball and socket joint. So much strapping and tendons and ligaments and everything, just sort of holding it all in so nothing pops out. Or yeah, it's a huge feat of engineering, quite impressive. A whole lot of synovial fluid in there as well. Let's really warm that up. And the old saying about where the mind goes, energy flows. So how wonderful. Sending blood and chi in and round. And I think it feels like a bit of appreciation when we feel into these places and we notice them and we just contemplate their complexity, their cleverness. And I think the joints go, yeah, that's right. They really appreciate the noticing and the consciousness. Let's come into the sacrum at the back. You've got these joints either side, the sacroiliac joints. And then the sacrum articulates the lowest lumbar vertebra. There's a lot going on in the sacrum. Call it a beautiful bone. It's quite something. When we're first born, it's multiple bones, and then it fuses over time. And it's complex, all these nerve roots coming out of it. These nerve roots kind of protected by it. Yeah, it's quite a beautiful bone. Craniosacral therapists love the sacrum. It's such a fabulous place to touch into the whole spine and its fluidity and its intelligence. And touching into the spine is touching into the whole being. Let's come up into the lumbar spine. So our awareness is in from the top of the sacrum to, the bottom of the rib cage and the small of the back. These big, chunky vertebrae that need to be big and strong to basically support the weight of the whole torso. These beautiful vertebrae and the squishy, spongy discs in between. Another incredible feat of engineering. So beautifully designed. Let's notice the back of the vertebrae, the sides, and the front. And these words coming through about, sending them a blessing and a wish for spaciousness and ease and appreciating. And let's come up and be with the whole length of the thoracic spine. So right up to the bottom of the neck. And there's a lot going on in here as well. Got all these rib heads articulating their own little joints into the vertebra, to the vertebrae. So just sense of protection, the lungs and the heart. Breastbone at the front, this whole thoracic cage. Little muscles in between the ribs. And this, yeah, the lungs and the rib cage is so much bigger than I often sort of contemplate. You know, the ribs are going right down into the back and coming right up past the collarbones. This beautiful protective cage. And really allowing the shoulder blades, the scapula, let them be free, let them just have a little wiggle and a bounce and move as if they are just wrapped in silk. So they slide with ease. Now let's come up into the cervical spine and the neck. Gentle little shake up through there. They're delicate. They become more and more delicate as they come up into the cranium. But strong. There's still a need for protection and support, and then they need to be able to move in so many different directions. They need to be able to look down, look up and back, tilt the head from side to side. Again, the engineering is incredible. And while we're here, let's see if we can just soften through the neck. These big muscles that come up and attach at the base of the skull into the occiput. You know, these are the muscles that start to get tense the moment we're under pressure and yeah, the stress, and see if we can just soften and let the shoulders ease. And lastly, we're going to soften through the whole face, the whole crown of the head, occiput, the jaw. Really softening through the forehead, the eyebrows, eyes behind the eyes. And let's come into the whole body. Whole body, and really attuning to the fascia. So these continuous wrappings. So we know if we pull on the foot, it's going to move something in the shoulder. Everything's so interconnected. Just acknowledging that and appreciating all of that. As we just come very gently and slowly to a stop, I'm just going to stand there for half a minute. We've woken up sensation and chi. And for this half a minute, we're just tuning into what feels good. We're ignoring any tension or any pain in the body. Taking a moment to feel the vibrancy, the aliveness, the health, vitality. Beautiful feeling of the heart pumping away, the lungs taking in the air, You might feel flow of energy up and down your body. There's lots of tingling and warmth. Let's stay really grounded in the feet and the lower half of the body as we start to just gently twist the spine. Movements coming from the pelvis. Move the pelvis, and the upper body has to move in response. We don't need to create that movement. See how loose we can be in the upper body and the thoracic spine. And this makes a slow form, a slow movement, an allowing movement. There's this beautiful feeling of action and the turning of the pelvis, and then non-doing, and the turning of the upper body. This beautiful moment of yang and yin, yin and yang, doing and non-doing. So interesting with Qigong forms. You can do them 1,000 times and still come at them with a slightly different intention and slightly different way of observing it and moving in it. So it all becomes new and interesting again. Just keep the eyes facing forward for a few rotations. And what happens if we create the turn from the upper body? Oh, the lower body doesn't move in the same way, does it? That's so interesting. You're going to do some twists through the thoracic spine. Intention to move from that place to the shoulder girdle, the ribs, breastbone, shoulder blades, collarbones. Really moving from that place. Feels quite different. And then coming back to a whole spine awareness. And coming back to standing. Just for a minute or so. Really spreading the feet, ungripping the toes. And again, looking for what feels good. There's some beautiful pulsations going on. Sensations of the heart. Some energy flow up the spine. Okay, we're just going to just give the neck a little bit of a gentle stretch, and to do that we're just going to come into a bit of a squat with the hands very firmly on the thighs and just letting the shoulders come up, tucking the sacrum in, the shoulders come up, and yeah, just have a nice stretch, keeping the arms straight. Let's release that. We're going to come back into that, tucking the sacrum in, strong through the legs. So then the shoulders come up and get this beautiful stretch into the neck. Let's release that. We're going to do it one more time. Tucking the sacrum in, strong in the legs, straight arms. Great. And just very gently tilting the head. You can just place the hand very lightly on the head, just breathing, releasing. And again on the other side. Let's bring the hands into one of our favorite movements, the circling of the wrists, the hands, and touching into the spine at the coccyx, and then gently just working our way up the spine, one vertebra at a time, just holding the intention, creating space, releasing tension. Moving any stagnant chi. Working your way back down. Your hands touching in and around the vertebra. Offering, inviting spaciousness and release. Let's create the C shape with the hands, touching into the coccyx, opening and spreading, moving up, vertebra at a time. Again, holding an intention of release and spaciousness and ease. Using the breath, breathing in to as we open. Using the out breath for a sense of release. And working your way back down. And if there's somewhere in your body that feels like it's holding tension or a pattern, just feel free to spend a bit of extra time in that place. And with soft intention, it's always a gentle invitation. Not trying to force anything, it's just an opportunity. I'm going to keep going with this form for another half a minute. Feel free to go back to that place of holding and do a few more forms. Whatever that is in your body, if it's nowhere, you're one of the privileged few who's not holding any tension anywhere in your spine, then just keep going up and down. We're going to do 2 more movements. And just releasing that, coming into a standing posture, just for half a minute once again. Letting the feet spread, ankles soften, knees bend. Tuck in the sacrum, long spine. Whole body awareness. Again, looking for signs of vitality and health. Finding your whole system, what health feels like, what flow feels like. Okay, we're going to take the hands in front of the body, palms looking at each other, and then we're going to find this figure of 8. The center of the figure of 8 is in the spine, and moving out either side, and just let the hands be soft and let them be a little bit creative in how they find the shape of the figure of 8. And let the center of the figure of 8 be anywhere in your spine that feels like it can just do with a little bit of ease and release. So for me right now, it's my T1 right at the top of the thoracic spine, and then up into the cervical spine. So allowing the center of the figure of 8 to be there. For me, it could be anywhere for you. And allowing the spine to move, torso to move, the arms to move, just in a way that's supportive and easing. And the hands moving through the tension. And feel free to work with multiple areas. Maybe to breathe, find a rhythm with the movement, with the breath. It might feel good to let the spine twist around, let the figure of 8 move in behind you. Just whatever feels good for your spine. And letting the figure of 8 go, palms are going to face down, and they're just going to start to circle around coccyx, sacrum, and just work their way up, just this soft circling around the whole spine. And it feels quite nice to just gently move, shift the weight from side to side. And we're just clearing any stagnation, releasing, creating space, inviting change. Right up into the cranial base and reversing back down. And when you get down to the bottom, just going to do a few forms of flow, up and down. Breathing in as the hands come up, breathing into the whole spine. Then releasing down into earth, any tension, any holding. And do that one more time. Breath into the whole spine. Releasing with the out breath anything that's held, any tension. Just moving that down, down, down into earth. Letting the arms relax, come to standing for a moment. Spreading the feet. Opening, softening ankles, knees, hips, tucking the sacrum. Just lengthening through the spine. Tucking the chin in a little bit. Just simply observing the movements, sensations. Just take a deep breath in, softly out, and again. And one last time. And just start to consciously move out of posture and ending